All right, guys, I know what you're thinking. Oh, yes, it is time for the big one. It is time for the Defender. Boo, 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 boo. Literally, I can stick my finger in here and I can feel... Ooh. Hey guys, welcome to this next episode of how to renovate and refresh your bedroom. In the last installment, you will remember that we took out all of the pelmets, the curtains, and I even got good old Ash to take out the nails that were literally just stuck inside of the walls. But as you can see, there are holes that need to be filled. And so in today's installment, we're going to be filling up those holes. I'm going to show you how to make a really good clean job and then ready for painting. Whew. Now this is no easy task, but with the right equipment, the job will be done really quickly. You will need multi-purpose filler ready to use. Love this stuff, and so will you. You'll need a mask, because you know the stuff gets a bit stinky. You'll also need a sanding block with some sanding paper. Now I've gone for a 180 grit, just so it's a bit more coarser, so I can really file down any imperfections before I apply my poly filler. And I've also got a microfiber cloth, like so, some sugar soap wipes, and of course my trusty putty knife, which is going to give you that fantastic, nice smooth finish at the end of the day once you have filled in your holes. Without further ado, let's get filling. So let's take a look at the first hole. Now this is a relatively small-ish looking hole. As you can see, there were a couple of nail holes like so. The first thing we're going to do is clean the area of any debris, which you can see there's a bit of muck over there. Sand it right down and then fill in the holes and leave it to dry. So to make sure that the filler sticks on nicely, we're going to just give it a nice wipe down with some sugar soap wipes. Now I love these because they contain sugar soap in them already, and they're actually really easy and simple to use. And I'm just going to give them a nice wipe. And the idea of cleaning it is to make sure that any dirt and bacteria gets removed so that you're not plastering onto the new poly filler that you're using. And as you can see, there's a bit of muck there. Yuck. Next up, you'll need to use your mask. And we're going to be using this because I'm going to be sanding a little bit and I don't really want to breathe in those particles. Alright, I've got my sanding block ready and I'm just going to smooth out the area. Going to give it another quick wipe just to remove any excess sand particles. And now we're ready to apply the poly filler. Now this is pre-mixed poly filler, which is really easy to use straight out of the tub. You can mix your own poly filler, but I just find that just takes a bit more time. And for something that needs to be done relatively quickly, you're better off just buying it ready-made. So what you do is just get a little bit of the poly filler on the edge of your putty knife. And you want to be applying it on a 45-degree angle, pushing it into the holes as much as possible. So we have gotten rid of the holes. Remember to always replace the lid on your putty filler, otherwise it's going to dry up and you'll be able to use it again. Now that the holes are predominantly covered, it's now time to use the flat surface of your putty knife just to wipe away any excess amount of putty and do it at a 45-degree angle. And there we have it. One hole is now complete. Don't worry if there's a little bit of extra putty filler around the edges because that will just get sanded over right at the end once it's all dried up. All right, that's one hole done, only another 5,000 left to go. Let's get working. So there we have just that corner of the room. Now you will notice it looks white, it looks patchy, that's totally okay. I'm going to paint over it, or you can paint over it in your own colour. For me personally, once this is dried, and I think it'll take about a day or so, I'm going to go over, I'm going to sand it so it's got a nice finish, then I'm going to paint over at least with maybe three, four coats, because I'm going to go a white colour, and it's just going to blend in beautifully. Once that's all dried up, then I can reattach any curtain rails I'm going to have done, but I have to say, it looks like nothing was ever there. It's awesome. Next up we've got this area over here, which is again more holes, more holes, more holes.
I don't know what you're doing, but it sounds like fun.
You see me?
No, I just heard you. It sounded really cool.
Oh, I was doing something. Can you hear me talking?
What did you do? No, I heard mumbling, but I didn't know what you were doing.
Oh, right, okay. I'm filling up the holes.
You're filling up the holes?
Yeah.
Is it done?
This area is done, yeah.
Wow.
Tomorrow. Okay, so you scoop up some of the poly filler like that, and then you go to your hole, and this one is over here, and we're just going to press it in nice and firmly, really squeeze it in, and a bit more filler. And again, scoop in nice and firmly, and then with the flat of your putty knife, just take away the excess. And that is ready for sanding and painting tomorrow. Beautiful! It's like icing a cake, if you like that kind of stuff, which I do. But I don't do a lot of, so this is kind of nice for me. This is beautiful. Oh, it feels so good. Okay. Love this. Look at that, just like a cake. And again, remember, these bits are gonna get sanded down once this is all dried. All right, guys, I know what you're thinking. Oh yes, it is time for the big one. It is time for the Defender. Boo, 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 boo. Literally, I can stick my finger in here and I can feel, oh, it's like, I can feel a brick on the other side. Oh my goodness me. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna go for the small ones, and then we're gonna do the large one together right at the end. Oh my God. How much fun is this? There's something quite therapeutic about filling in holes in a wall. Just like a treat. Look at that. Getting good at this now. Practice makes perfect, as they say. It is so silky smooth, this stuff. Feels so good. There we go, there is that one done. 45. Beautiful. Okay, now we've got this big mammoth of a hole, which you remember was because we had this disgusting flower type situation with a screw, and all I'm going to do is grab a whole bunch of poly filler, and I'm just going to stick it inside the hole and try and connect it on all sides of the hole. And this stuff is designed to fill in large cracks. Obviously, if it goes through, you're kind of screwed. You just have to try and get it on either side. There we go. Now I would recommend not putting anything in this area again, e.g. a screw, because it's probably not going to be as strong as the gyprock. Or I might be wrong. Let me know in the comment section below. Right, so we've done it in one direction, so I'm going to do it in the opposite direction. There we go. That's it. So there we have it. Now we're gonna gently just pull it over. And as you can see, we're not 100% there yet, so I'm gonna apply some more on, but we are very close to getting there. Obviously, the difficulty with this is the more you push in with your pressure, the further it's gonna go in. So you have to be very gentle with how much pressure you're actually applying so you don't push it through the hole. So 45 degrees, gently pulling it through. Let's do it the other way now. Uploads like so, and like so. And what you could also do as well is you can let this just dry up for a bit and then reapply second coat the next day. So I'm pretty content with how this is filling up. There is a bit of a middle gap there. So I'm just going to give it some ever so gentle filler. And a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to go again. Patience is a virtue with this. You might even want to use some tape, some mesh tape, so it's got something to stick onto. But I'm just going to do it native because I like this. This is fun. Perfect. Now remember, guys, we are going to be sanding at the end. So once this is all hardened up, nice and hard, it's going to be spiraled down to perfection. I'll just give it a teeny dot more in this location. Very delicately. Oh yeah, look at that. My God, what a beauty. So there you have it, guys. That is how to easily, very easily fill up your holes that could be on the wall with some good old poly filler and a putty knife. And I'm going to say that was pretty easy even for someone like me who has very minimal experience. And really it's all about preparation. Make sure you sand down those areas, keep them nice and clean, and then apply your poly filler. Put a good amount on, straighten it with a 45-degree angle, and hey presto. So I'm going to leave my holes to dry now for at least 3 hours because there are thin cracks. For the deeper crack, I'm going to leave it a little bit longer to give it some time. I probably will just leave it overnight, and then tomorrow when I come back, I'm going to clean all of the walls, wash them all down with my sugar soap wipes, and then I'm going to paint over those holes, and it's just going to look like a dream. So make sure you stay tuned for the next episode. But for now, if you have any questions or comments, or if you yourself have a different technique, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear it. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? I don't know. Let me know. But I'll see you on the next ones. See you later.